exclusive interview. I'd like you to meet an incredible young man. His name is Daniel Kofi Mensah. Now, Daniel is the founder of a company called Street Titans. Now, we're bringing you this interview on the Park Home Holly Park Association. Why? Because number one, the Park Home Holly Park Association is an association for park operators in the UK for residential, leisure, holiday camping, glamping and touring, but also we represent suppliers coming into the industry. I had a great pleasure to meet Daniel at the business show where he explained to me the company that he's founded, why he founded it, and how it's helping fitness, mental health, your brain sharpness, and creating what we believe, what Daniel believes, is one incredible global movement and shift in sport. We're going to be talking about calisthenics. Daniel, welcome and thanks for joining us. I'm really pleased that you're online. Look, you're an entrepreneur, you know, you're a dad, you're really a genuinely humbled guy with this incredible mission. I want to ask you a few questions about your business, Street Titans. And the first question is, can you briefly describe to everybody what Street Titans is and what calisthenics is? Because I didn't know that calisthenics was what it was until you showed me a video and I was blown away. And I said, oh my gosh, this is going to sweep the UK. Could you give us a brief summary of what Street Titans is and what calisthenics is so the audience can understand?
Right, so Street Titans is a UK calisthenics organisation that is a member of the Calisthenics Sport Accord and the Calisthenics Club. So we're working to regulate the sport that has been underground for over 10 years and bring it to the mainstream. So what I do, I host freestyle tournaments where athletes are matched up around weight, and they have time period depending on the level of each athlete. So they're going to battle it out for the judges to judge them on their statics, their dynamics, and their overall combinations of the whole performance.
Do you know, we're going to share with the audience now a quick video. And Daniel, you've got this most incredible, inspiring story. The Park Home Holly Park Association is about entrepreneurship. It's about business owners coming together. Now I can see, and I was talking earlier, I've got to get you on an interview for the Park Home and the Holiday Park Association, because I can see you being on one of the two of the holiday parks next year, where you know your team of people are showing, doing a demonstration, a display demonstration of this incredible sport and skill. Let me just show everybody a video. It's 60 seconds. This will summarize. And if you're watching, I urge you to listen in, because Daniel could be bringing his team to your holiday park in the 2022 season. There are events going on across the UK. Daniel is competing and has competed all over the world. But just watch this video briefly. I'm going to take Daniel and myself off screen.
Daniel.
Street Titans are home for freestyle calisthenics tournaments in the UK. Calisthenics is a form of physical training focused on teaching you to master your own body weight using minimal equipment. The word comes from the Greek kalos and thenos, meaning beauty and strength.
Technology. I think the sound was on mute on the broadcast. I don't know whether people can hear that. We'll play that in a second for you. So you formed this business, and you formed this business during lockdown, but you'd been competing in the sport in different countries around the world. So when did you first start competing in the sport?
My first competition was 2016, maybe 2017. was around then. It was in Strasbourg in France. So I traveled to France, to a place I'd never been before. I couldn't speak the language. I flew into Paris and then realized I could have flew straight into Strasbourg. And then there was actually a strike in France, and I found a day there was a strike in France. So two strangers from the South Sudan took me 5 hours in the opposite direction where they needed to go, get me to my destination. And that was my first ever competition.
And how did you feel, and where did you come in that competition? Did you place? Was it the experience? What?
That was my first ever competition. I got knocked out in the first round, and an athlete tore their callus and bled, and it was too much for them to tape up and carry on. So they asked me to carry on in that round, and then I got knocked out again there.
but you moved forward, you transitioned, you kept training, you kept moving forward, and then things started to develop for you, because with Street Titans you've competed in how many countries? I mean, you was talking to me earlier about how many countries you've competed in.
France, Holland, Portugal, competed in America.
And what's happening in the movement? Because we're talking about this sport, and there's such an amazing development all over the world. And now you've formed Street Titans. People are coming together. Just explain how people come together. So I've seen the video, so I can see all these people coming together, and then they're going into these battles. But you run different events at different times during the year, right?
Yeah. So I also do reps tournaments, but the community is huge. So we all meet at parks on a Saturday in Westbourne Green. So that park there, that's where I learned a lot from other athletes, other trainers. And prior to the pandemic, I go there every Saturday, and there'll be someone from a different country come just to train at those bars. So
and what challenges have you faced along the way? I mean, we're gonna share a lot more about your backstory, but I can see your guys doing their challenge. I can see them all in a routine, and it's becoming almost like an exhibition kind of display, if that makes sense. And I can see it on holiday parks where you've choreographed and there's lights, and although there's a real serious aspect to this international sport, but also it's something incredibly fascinating to watch for a spectator. I want to just try and put this video up again, because at the start of our broadcast, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. And I was talking with Daniel off air about being in business, and sometimes things, you can get an issue or a mistake or something doesn't go right. I didn't get the video right, and I want to put it up and show it again. So just bear with me, because I'm just gonna see why that didn't show. Just bear me 1 second. Daniel, can you tell everybody where they can find Street Titans and when your next event is? I think the next one is February 2022, although the venue is being tweaked. But yes, the next event, just explain that event and what happens at that event. I'm just going to be looking at this video to see if I can get that live.
The next event is Saturday, the 26th of February. This is a heavyweight tournament. So normally you don't really get a lot of athletes above 70, 80 kilos. In the UK, there's only a few competing a lot. So I've pulled 8 athletes from all over the globe. The lightest athlete, probably 94 kilos. And you're going to see muscles fly through the air with all sorts of dynamics and power strength.
I mean, the strength that it takes. I'm going to try and play this video. Can you explain? There's different moves. And look, if I see someone on the Olympic rings or the parallel bars, or and I see them on the double. What's those double things with the low bar and the high bar? What?
The beam.
The beam. When they got the bar and they're swinging around the top bar, they're dropping to the bottom.
Oh yeah,
right?
high bar to the low bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Okay.
but can you explain the heritage and the background, because this comes from ancient Greece? There is
Yes.
it goes way back. And can you explain where it come from? Because when I first heard it, I didn't know what it was. When I saw the video, I thought, oh yeah, I know what it is now. But explain where it came from, because my gosh.
Okay, so the word calisthenics comes from the ancient Greek. It is two words, kalos and thenos. It means beauty and strength. So a pull-up, a handstand, a body weight squat, skipping is all calisthenics training. What you see in the bars and the dynamics and all the flamboyance, that is a modern take on the ancient workout. We call it we call it street workout. That's the main reason why I named the organization the Street Titan. So it's like social calisthenics, anytime, anywhere, any place.
And Daniel, the mental ability, the mental focus. You're an athlete. You know, you're a finely tuned athlete, and you've not competed for a short while because you've been focusing so much on this business to grow, and there's so much happening. I really want people to get behind this, because what Daniel's doing is really quite incredible from an entrepreneurial point of view. And you know, he's a dad, he's a business owner, also has a career, and he's managing and juggling a very busy life, and he's very serious about taking this sport to the next level. Now we're going to be doing a series of interviews with Daniel over the coming weeks, just to help keep raising awareness. Why is it appearing on the Park Home and Holiday Park Association? Because I want someone to be watching this video that owns a holiday park that's expecting a very busy 2022 season, and I want them to reach out to Daniel to book him for his team to be performing over a certain period, a choreographed incredible evening for your guests and holidaymakers to watch this incredible strength and agility. And there is a beauty, as well as the two words that come together in ancient Greek mean. And any audience can appreciate this, and I think it should be on a holiday park. I think it should be an evening show and entertainment, and it's just a concept and an idea for Daniel, but I'd really love to see a holiday park take it up and to utilize an opportunity to reach out to Daniel, make it happen. Daniel, tell me a bit more about the business. So you run a number of competitions this year, sorry, and those competitions, how many were there?
It has been a bit difficult due to the pandemic and athletes traveling.
Yep.
So I think I had to postpone a couple, but there's been 4 or 5 since after lockdown, which has been hard.
Yeah, it's a whole new world, right? It's a whole new world when it comes to live events now.
So the next goal for me as an organizer is to make it easier for the athletes to travel, and because there's a lot of internationals. I mean, so that is something I'm working on and starting to knock into place. The live streams, that is another thing I'm approaching for the spectators. There's a possibility that we could be in another lockdown, but then I am in a position where an organization isn't just underground anymore, so I can still hold a tournament without spectators. But I can still stream it so everyone can see it. So there's little obstacles in the way that I'm not going to let hold me back.
You're going to turn those into your opportunities for sure, for sure. Okay, so look, I'm going to ask you to summarize your journey so far. So business owner, entrepreneur now as well, with the different things that you're doing and got underway. How would you summarize in your mind your journey of actually something coming into your mind where you said, well, I'm going to start training, and when was that? And did you train at the start because you was going to be moving into the field of calisthenics, or did you start training first of all and then calisthenics took your eye and you went into the sport and then you started a business? So take me from, this is the day that I started to train and why. This is the day that calisthenics come into my mind, and this is the day I started training and competing as calisthenics.
Okay, so I come out of a horrible relationship, and I just needed to do something. So I went to the gym, and I started bodybuilding for about a week and a half, and I was like, no, this isn't for me. Like, as a person, I need to be challenged. So I saw someone called the Balance Guru on Instagram, and he was balancing on dumbbells, doing squats, doing handstands on dumbbells, and I was like, I'm gonna give that a go. So started trying to handstand on dumbbells and started doing squats on dumbbells and different sorts of things, having fun. That's what it's all about, having fun for me. And then started doing pull-ups, started doing different variations, and I saw a female athlete called Simone from Ming Bar Spa, that's representing that team. She did a swing 360, and I was like, I'm going to try that. Tried it, failed, cracked my head open. But I got back up and I did it again and I landed it, and I just carried on training.
What, in the same set when you cracked your head, you did it again?
Nah, 2 days after, 2 days out.
Oh, 2 days after. So you gave it a couple of days to start the head fracture time to heal. Yeah. Yeah. Gave your head a chance to heal. But then you got straight back on, and then you did it again. That's unbelievable.
Now with freestyle, it's confidence. So
yeah, right.
Where I haven't competed in a couple of years, I need to get my confidence back on the bar. So it's a thing like that. But
you've been working on the business. Well, Daniel, let me just try and get this video up again, because when I put something up and it doesn't work, it bugs me. And we've got a live broadcast and people are getting to know you. But like you, I don't like something to beat me or something not working, or to put up the wrong image or make a mistake, which I have in this broadcast. But let me just put this video back up again. I'm going to go full screen and drop us both off screen. So I want to try and play this video. So just bear with me. I'm going to put you into the waiting area alongside me. And viewers, if you're watching, I'm just going to try and get this video on full screen so you can all see it. Just give me a second. I'm just going to take this off the screen. Bear with me. Just hold tight. I'm going to take myself.
Street Titans are home for freestyle calisthenics tournaments in the UK. Calisthenics is a form of physical training focused on teaching you to master your own body weight using minimal equipment. The word comes from the Greek kalos and thenos, meaning beauty and strength.
If at first you don't succeed, then try again. Try again. So there you go. That was the introduction video again, so you can see it. I'm really I'm just going to be such a huge fan of your business, Street Titans. Now, you've also got a league. So to try and really bring this together to make a summary, Daniel Kofi Mensah is the founder of Street Titans. Street Titans is a calisthenics league in the UK that runs a number of events across the year, bringing together athletes, and those athletes that have trained in calisthenics compete together in these incredible battles using their strength, their training, their bodies and their minds. It's now moving up to the next level, Daniel, isn't it? Because you've got plans for Street Titan for the future, which are really quite fantastic. So I know there's some things you can't talk about at the moment because it needs to be spoken about only once it's hatched. But what can you talk about the plans for the future, for the growth of Street Titans and, of course, Daniel Kofi Mensah?
Well, one of the main objectives for the Street Titans in my plan is to raise awareness and to get everybody involved in the sport. Even you don't have to train to get involved. So what I have done, I have an app, and it's called Rate My Flow. It's based on the competitions. So
What's it called, Daniel?
Rate My Flow.
Rate My Flow.
Yeah, so we call like a set on the bar.
Yeah.
We call it a flow, like or combo, or things like that. So I'm giving athletes, and there's another platform for spectators to join to be judges. So obviously it's a game, so there's rules. No video longer than 1 minute, and no edited videos or talent that we want to see. So from this, there's a little button. Instead of liking the video, you have to rate it from 1 to 5. From that rating, they get points, and there's a leaderboard. So then athletes are battling out to get the highest rating to be #1 in the world. But where some athletes may have a larger following than others, no one can get followed on it. That's unfair. You cannot inbox someone to come and rate your flow. That's also unfair. But there is a massive chat room, so everybody can talk. I can keep an eye on if anyone's trying to cheat.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think what's ahead for you is incredible. The business growth and entrepreneurial growth. You've shared a lot of stuff with me privately about where you're taking the sport. We're going to be broadcasting more and bringing more information and videos and updates on Daniel's journey. And again, I really hope that one of our holiday park operators in the UK is watching this video. And we'll reach out to Daniel, because what you'll have potentially is a professional sport with professional athletes that are competing all over the world, potentially being able to appear on your park as kind of an exhibition demonstration. And I can talk to Daniel about it last night. I see these kind of lights and these different setups and all the athletes in a synchronized kind of flow, and then working on individual, and this whole show coming together, this choreographed to give you just such an incredible entertainment and appreciation for exactly just how fantastic this is. Cirque du Soleil. Come on, eat your heart out. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Daniel Kofi-Mensah. You can reach out to him on his website, and I'm just going to put that up in the link for you, where you can find him and connect on Instagram. You'll be able to connect with Daniel at the following address, which is @Kofi_Calisthenics, and Daniel is waiting for your call. He's a busy man. He's building websites, he's building marketing, he's building his merchandising and his clothing. Sponsors coming forward to work with him, that's looking at this sport like I did and said, I don't really know what that is. What is it? And once he explained it to me, and I did my own due diligence, I did my own research, and I'm starting to look at what's going on with this sport, not just in the UK, but around the world, I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't know this movement was happening. Daniel is at that stage where you're watching a video one day, and 6 months later, you say, oh my gosh, I was listening to something online about a guy called Daniel, or Kofi as he's known in the trade, the founder of Street Titans, and they were talking about this calisthenics, which I knew nothing about. My gosh, I've just seen the guy on TV competing. One of the sports channels has picked up a preview of this sport that's moving forward in terms of awareness and recognition and accreditation, not just in the UK, but on a global scale. We've brought this to Park Home and Holiday Park Association first and live and exclusive, so that you've got a head start. And if you're a forward-thinking entrepreneur and park holiday operator, and you want to have something next year for 2022 that will absolutely astound your holidaymakers and your guests, then I urge you to reach out to Daniel and have a chat with him informally. He's a really credible guy, to see what he could put together. And you may be a park operator, one of the big four, that actually your holiday park, you could secure an exclusive agreement with Daniel for him only to be at your parks for a number of weeks during the season, entertaining your guests. But it goes more than that, because the kids are there, aren't they? And the kids need to be looked after. There's teenagers there. These are highly tuned and fit athletes that outside of the exhibition and the display, they're more than likely going to be on the park for the day. Also, the kids are going to be around them. They're going to be talking about their training, their mindset, their health regime, their proteins, the foods they eat, the discipline of their mind. And it's a beautiful, clean, and incredibly amazing sport. Mindset, belief, and execution. If we can give our kids that kind of daily brain energy, they're gonna grow up with an incredible purpose. So I'm way behind this, and I'm going to keep promoting and talking to Daniel until one of the big boys picks it up and says, Daniel, I'm going to book you. Daniel, we're going to jump onto another one of our channels now. Synergize, please, with me, synergize with me, but help me to understand more about the industry. Listen, tell everybody where they can find you, and tell everybody why this would make a great show for an audience, because I've watched it, I loved it, my kids are going to love it. My kids are gymnasts, right? And if I said to my girls, come with me, we're going to try something, so what is it, Dad? They're going to I'd show them. Do you know what they'd say? Yeah, we'll do that, Dad, let's go. That's what they say. And my eldest daughter was given an award by the Mayor of Islington last year for outstanding achievement. And they're Energizer bunnies. They're fit, right? They're like runners, athletes, and incredible gymnast trampolinists. So I can't wait. They got to 17 and 16 now, and all of a sudden it's like they're not got no time for Dad because they're friends. But this, they'd pick it up, no problem at all. So I think from a young age, somebody could train in this area and take them all the way through into adulthood. Summarize your thoughts and widen it up a little bit about your business and about what you want to do to help local communities, teens, people coming through that's training all the way through to grown adults that are competing professionally in the sport.
So I've always looked at it as to say, how can you master any external weight if you cannot master your own body weight? So everything's on about self-growth. With calisthenics, it's hard to explain, but once you get that itch, you can't stop. Everything about you is growth. I used to be having a horrible diet, and even now I don't train for looks. I don't eat to look well. I eat because I'm hungry. But I've changed the way I think, I eat, just from training calisthenics. It has changed my life completely.
Can you give me, this is beautiful stuff. Can you give me an example of your food routine and your regimen? What sort of things do you eat?
So in the mornings, I'll have raw peanut oats. That's my mum's West Indian. This is West Indian breakfast. It's just coconut milk, a little bit condensed milk, blended raw peanuts, and some blended oats, just to thicken it up. And that's what I call, that's my superpower, that right there. Sustain a whole few hours without eating, and I can train. I'm really strong. I feel fueled. I know the difference.
So is that energy or protein or both? What is that?
That's both. That's protein, carbs. It's all natural. It's all raw, natural fats and natural carbs, the good carbs.
That sounds really nice, to be fair. Okay, and what's a kind of a lunch meal or an evening meal? What's just so people can appreciate?
It depends how I'm feeling. If I come home to work, I will have like an omelette or something small like that. If I go out for lunch and I'm working for lunch, I'll go and have a chicken potato. But it's nothing major. But I'm more like, for dinner, I would have like West Indian and Ghanaian. It'd be more cultural foods, like brown stew chicken, which is very fattening. I shouldn't really be eating all the time, but
it's fantastic. Listen, Daniel.
But I'm only human, and I do have problems with biscuits. I'm not going to lie.
Which ones? Which ones?
The ones that begin with B and.
Gotcha. Yeah, those bad boys. They sort of call out to you, don't they? Eat me, right? Eat me, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is the incredible Kofi, as he's known in the trade, and his name is Daniel Kofi Mensah. He is the founder of StreetTitans.uk. Have I got that right? StreetTitans.uk. Yeah, is it .uk? Yeah, Street Titans.
Both. Yeah, I have both.
You got both, yeah. Okay.
.uk, yeah.
Watch this man, watch his growth, watch this space, and if you are looking to secure yourself something for next year for your holiday park, definitely reach out to him. But for now, we're going to jump across, and I wanted to just spend a little bit longer than normal on air with Daniel for a number of reasons. But one, it takes some time to understand what this is, but when you research it and Google the word calisthenics, you're going to start to see, oh my gosh, there's a whole world of this sport that you may not ever know existed. If you do know that it exists and you've watched it or you've followed someone in the sport like Daniel, then you will understand how what incredible growth rates this sports sector is experiencing. Sponsors that get in on something like this in the early stages, where something's going to explode and it's going to really viral up, are really wise individuals, because they can secure a sponsorship in early stages where something's taken off, compared to what's going to be in a year's time, where the cost points are just so much higher because the exposure's been there. Daniel, you're going to have an incredible journey. It's going to be a pleasure working with you. Excited about the future for you. And again, please, contact details, contact social media, and email address for connection as well.
So you can contact me via email at streettitans2020@gmail.com. I can be found on Instagram from I am Kofi Calisthenics. I can be found via Street_Titans Limited. I'm also in LinkedIn as.
And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Kofi Mensah, and he is the founder of Street Titans. We're going to jump onto another channel now and have a slightly shorter broadcast that's more condensed. But I'm always learning as well, and I'm taken on board today to understand how I can best present and understand and help support Daniel's drive. It's taken us 33 minutes at this point to get this video out. Well done, Daniel, and thank you for coming on. We're going to jump onto another of our channels now, and thanks for joining us. Please do like and share. An incredible growth journey and story lies ahead.